Hi, everybody, and welcome to your Rock Irvine Daily. Today we're going to be going over Acts chapter 16, verse 25 through 34. Previously, we've been going through Acts chapter 16 this week, and I believe yesterday I made a mistake and said Timothy when I actually meant Silas. It's Paul and Silas in this section of Acts. So what we had Paul and Silas, who yesterday we talked about cast a demon out of a woman that had been following them, saying who they were, and talking about Jesus. And because of that, they get thrown in prison, and then that's where we pick up today. So these men are in prison, and after they've been beaten and with the sticks and the whole deal, so they're all bruised and beat up, and they're in prison. They're now shackled, and if we look, they have great joy. I mean, here they are, they're singing hymns and they're praising God enough to where they start converting the other prisoners. And then what happens is a giant earthquake, another miracle here in Acts chapter 16. An earthquake that's so great that it says it shakes the foundation of the prison and it breaks their shackles free. So the chain or the lock or whatever was around them, keeping them tied to the prison, broke free. And then the guard wakes up because of this, I'm sure, this giant earthquake, and pulls out a sword to kill himself because most likely if they found out that all the prisoners had gone free, well, he was probably going to be sentenced to death. So he's going to kill himself, but Paul and Silas call out to him and tell him not to do it. And the man immediately asks to know about Jesus. And we can assume that he knew this was a miracle because the types of hymns and songs that Paul and Silas were singing were most likely about what had just happened. They were probably, talking about Jesus and, him coming to earth and, all these things happening. And then even up to date with, them coming and casting demons out of the woman and now being thrown in prison. So I'm sure the guard knew everything that was happening. So what's great is he actually takes Paul and Silas out to his house and he cleans their wounds and bandages them and cooks them, food. So they're actually staying the night out of prison, which is great. And then the man ends up getting saved, and he's baptized, and his whole household is baptized, they say. And we can kind of assume because the next morning it talks about the magistrate calling and letting Paul and Silas to come out of prison, which is actually what we'll be talking about tomorrow. But what's great is if you look at the timeline, it seems like Paul and Silas came out of prison. They ate, the man was baptized, they celebrated with the household, and then they must have gone back at nighttime just so that the guard would not have got in trouble and nobody would have known. All right, everybody, have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow.